rules of the road for the internet. Maybe don't give out private information at all about yourself, because there are some really crafty and nasty people out there who have nothing to do and might use that information for all sorts of reasons that you wouldn't even dream of, but they might happen. So do be careful when you're on the internet with giving out private information. If you're getting cyberbullied, maybe the best thing to do is to take a break from the internet altogether. Maybe learn this from my experience of not doing that. And maybe just take a break completely. Certainly ignore all people that don't agree with you, and ignore people that are being very nasty with you, or ignore people that simply are dictating to you who you are when in fact you know that you're not like that at all. You must ignore these people, unfortunately. In this world, in this day and age, it is necessary to ignore these people. Yet, ultimately, in the future, we'll have to come to a better understanding and acceptance and tolerance level in the world globally, so that we don't ever have to ignore. Because ignoring is really, in the end of the day, not a good idea. Ignoring creates terrorism, you know. Angry people are not actually listened to. They are just treated, either with drugs to calm them down, or they are treated in a way that, hey, angry person, we don't want you in this society. And that's fine. I understand society saying we don't want you, because nobody really wants somebody going around being angry and out of control. But yet, if we ignore that person, they're going to get even more angry. You know? Two wrongs don't make a right. Yet sometimes we do wrongs, and sometimes we mean to do the wrongs, and sometimes we're unconscious of doing wrongs. And when somebody's unconscious of doing something wrong, they should be told that they're doing something wrong. And it's okay that a person reacts, first, without telling the person, hey, I didn't like what you said there. Why did you say that? You know? It's okay that somebody reacts before they get to that stage. But ultimately and altogether, it's much better not to ignore and to actually sort out the nitty-gritty of every given situation that's really difficult. And on the internet, it can get very difficult to transmit the real you, the real person, through video. It's extremely difficult actually to really know whether the person on video or on writing blogs is actually somebody who practices what they preach and is actually the person that they say they are. You know, that is all down to trust. And if you really don't have trust in life, which I do, I have trust in life. I trust that I'm being looked after, by the universe, yes. Because in my heart, I'm always trying to do better and to do good, and to solve situations that could turn into terrible situations, but to solve them by joining in the problem and trying to work it out so that everybody can walk away in peace. Hence my name, Peace and Party, because I do see myself as a peacemaker, a peace creator, and the party point is obviously I'm a party man, party person, even PP, as they call me in XXY talk. Yeah, and You know, I've been pissed on sometimes. I've never looked for pity, but I like to say how it is, you know, for me. And if people want to take that any way they want, then they are. If you're going to pity me, then pity me. If you're not going to pity me, then you're not going to pity me. If you're going to accept me, you're going to accept me. If you're not going to accept me, you're not going to accept me. I mean, this is all pretty much calling a spade a spade. Yet, when I speak on the camera, I call everything a spade, because it's a spade. I say everything like it is. And yet, many people don't believe that. Again, it all lies on trust. Yeah? Trust. And if you notice the words I use there, it all lies on trust. Lies. We can take lies out. Lying. You can't trust liars. Definitely not. But who do you know who's a liar? Think about it. How do you know the person's a liar? Think about that too. But you definitely can't trust liars. Let's put it out this way. Can you trust truthful people? I think you can trust truthful people. But again, the internet, you don't know who to trust on the internet because you don't know who's truthful and who's lying. It's all complicated, intricate stuff. So do you go around the internet not trusting anybody? And do you also go blind into anything as an anonymous person? You know, or do you take risks? Are you a risk taker? Do you go blind into everything with your name up and your thoughts, and do you comment and do video responses and have a technically risky life? Do you do that? Are you a risk taker, or are you a non-risk taker? Are you a truster? Are you a non-truster? Do you believe that this world can get better through this sort of medium, this sort of way, the webcam, you know, face to face, voice to voice, argument to argument with no physical violence in between? You know? Don't you believe that we can actually discuss things, heatedly discuss things sometimes, but without actually getting really personal with somebody, especially with somebody that you don't know? I've gone through some calm days, I have to say, in the last few days. I've been very tired as well. But I've gone through some calm times, and I've heard some great words from some great people. And it has really calmed me down. It's been a journey and a half, my YouTube experience. From day one of YouTube experience, I missed my injection by 1 week of testosterone. So I'm not much different on testosterone, but I can tell you I'm certainly not as negative, magnetic. I'm not a magnet of negativity when I'm on testosterone, because the world does work quite like this, that if you've got confidence, you don't really get problems. And if you don't have confidence, you know, it's a bit more difficult. People see that and they want to walk all over you because they want to get higher. And I wish people were a bit more like me, and the really good people that I know in the world, because together we are making huge improvements and efforts to making this world a better place. It's not going to be a better place by going into war zones in the world, going like, oh, oh, come on, stop the bickering, come on, just forget about it. You know? Gotta be a bit more realistic. And as I could re-utter to all of you for the rest of my life, you know, it's we've got to allow people to express themselves and have freedom of speech. You know, but through the glasses of love, you know, honest to God. And when any of us, and all of us we do fail sometimes. We fail to put on our glasses of love, and we need to remind ourselves, each and all of us, that we must always do things basically with good intention. Is what I really mean. You know, good intention to make the world a better place. And if that involves arguing, well then so be it. Peace. Eventually.